The question for today is whether academic medicine is at risk for extinction. To answer that question, let's take a deeper dive and look at how the average medical school funds itself. Data from the AAMC shows that only about 4% of the average medical school budget is covered by tuition. This may be surprising to many of you who are still paying off your student loans. The majority of the funding for a medical school is from clinical revenue, be it hospital contracts or faculty practice collections. The take-home message here is that it's the clinical practice that tends to cross-subsidize the research and education missions in academic medicine. So, when the clinical mission catches a cold, the rest of the academic medical center gets pneumonia. The big problem that we have now is that we're in perennial flu season. And why is that? Well, let's take a look at how much we spend as a nation on healthcare. As you can see, by 2018 or 19, about 20 cents of every dollar in the U.S. economy is going to be spent on healthcare. To put this in real-world terms, if you drink Starbucks coffee, you already shell out more for the cost of employee healthcare in each cup of coffee than you do for the cost of the coffee to brew it. If you drive a General Motors car, you pay more for the cost of employee healthcare than the cost of the steel to make it. The American people and the employers who shoulder the healthcare costs in this nation are saying, enough is enough. We want more value for our money. And that is the shifting healthcare landscape we're all experiencing, whether or not you're in academic medicine. It is a shift from fee-for-service to more emphasis on value. And the whole concept is about value. That is, improving outcomes while holding costs level or even reducing them. So what does this mean for the average physician? First off, it means we're going to get paid less for many things at baseline, and we'll only see a raise if we can prove our actual outcomes are improving. So we're going to be measured in ways that we never dreamed of before, and certainly in ways that we haven't been exposed to in medical school and in residency. We're going to get scorecards from our hospitals or other partners about how much our average hospital admissions costs, what our average length of stay is, how much we consume in supplies, and how often our patients are readmitted. And we're going to be judged more on the total continuum of care rather than the quality of care in the acute hospitalization. It isn't just enough to get our patients safely out of the hospital. They and their employers will judge us by how soon these patients get back to work and resume a normal quality of life. So, is academic medicine at risk for extinction? Well, I think the answer to that question is largely in our hands. We're going to have to change our behaviors, pay attention to what the American people expect of us, and be willing to change. And change tends to be the ultimate challenge.